Oh,
Yeah,
nah.
God, what's good? Violate. How you might try?
Bruh, we're cooked. Bruh, what's going on, bro? We need runners. Nah, we need runners. Give me a sec.
Oh, he's playing Pragmata,
Bro, I don't even know what to say in that last game, bro. Who did us in like that? First it was Green Shanks. Like, this guy actually cooked, bro. Like, forget like he didn't get any finals, bro. Look at what he did to my HP, bro. He cut my HP so bad, bro. Like, why did we even lose this game, bro? Besides King, bro. Bro, it's King. It's King, and like Whitebeards were rock spamming, bro. Damn. Actually, wait a minute. I think I can help. I think I have, yeah, I have one chance card. See, bro, like if I play Whitebeard, and for some reason, right? Okay, if I play Whitebeard right here now, and for some reason Bandai doesn't give me any king, bro, I might crash out. Because like that's just crazy, bro. You see, so let's go Whitebeard.
Oh,
just a couple more days, bro. It's like what, 2 more days and I just need 28 frags.
Sorry, I'm sorry that I'm not locked in right now.
So then, no. Nice, now we get a Whitebeard. Alright. I have to.
Every boy and girl
Cool.
are rejoicing in the world.
So let's see who dips
We
first.
can try.
Oh.
No, I try.
Oh,
Said I'm trying to log into my. I'm trying to comment to somebody's stream through through Twitch, but it's asking me to verify my email.
All right. We did start pretty good though.
And it says that they sent me a code, but I don't see it.
Yeah, screw it, bro. Let's just go. I think I have.
About me, know everything. Could it be in junk?
Like, imagine if I had started like I wanted.
Nope.
Yeah, let's go.
Could it be in junk? No.
Let's just.
I can't do well when
Yeah, brother,
I think you
really
gonna leave. W song chat.
Principle. Thank you. Danke. Oh, and I forgot to ask Ken if he's going live.
I already am.
I think he might be live around now. We do normally go live around the same time on Wednesdays. Ah, yeah, he is live. He's on just chatting. Damn, bro. All right, I got it, bro. Oh, you already am. See, I was supposed to ask because I was like, I know you go live around this time. Sorry, man. I normally Wednesdays I try and get like as many hours as I can. You gonna play OPBR today? Ooh, Lord.
Not 100% sure if I am.
Maybe. So which game you starting with? Bruh. Nah, bro. Nah, Bandai. But they don't need to be worried.
Same as yesterday.
What do you mean, bro? That should stop him. Bro. You flipping kidding me right now?
Chat this weekend I'm getting my nails done.
You for real?
And tomorrow at work. Hold on, I'm gonna focus all the attention to me now. Hey, Miss Walker. Yeah. Okay, we're good. What are you taking? If it was taking. Alright, boom.
On the morning of May 20.
So chat, today we're gonna be watching a video called The Alleged Death Cult Website That Killed 50 People. Alleged. This is just a video on YouTube that I'm gonna be reacting to. So strap in. Welcome again. It's your boy Pt2 to the dollars. We're gonna be reacting to the alleged death cult website that killed 50 people. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's the first time I'm gonna be watching this video. I saw a TikTok on recommended videos I should watch. I normally go on TikTok to get like YouTube ideas, and I decided to watch this one. So if this is your first time watching it, I'm gonna drop a like. I already put the link of the YouTube channel, which is right here, Turkey Town. I'm gonna subscribe, you know, show some love, and drop a like as well on the video. I put the link of the video and his channel on there. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm excited.
2nd, 2019, Sean Alexandra Chateau made.
I've been excited to watch this video since yesterday, or no, a couple days ago. So now that I have the chance, I'm locked in. All right, who are we starting with here?
a thread on an obscure website
Hold on now.
announcing on the morning of May 22nd, 2019, Sean Alexandra Chateau made a thread on an obscure website announcing that she was about to take her own life. Instead of attempting to dissuade her, the responses to her thread were, "Good luck with everything, my fellow JoJo fan. May your travel be peaceful and successful. Wish you success. I hope you have smooth travels. Good luck. I hope your journey is peaceful. Good luck. I'm doing hanging now." These messages were not sent ironically. Unlike websites like 4chan, where users are quick to assume everything you're saying is untrue or just for attention and will tell you to do it as a joke, this forum fully knew what Sean meant. As a matter of fact, the very method that she used came from the forum. The third reply to her thread asked her about the specific concoction she took to achieve her desired result, which she replied to, giving the exact amount of the substance she took, before adding, "Also, I feel bad because my mom is just down the hall from me." In response, another user said, "For some reason, I'm not 100% sure this will work because your mother is down the hall. If she hears noises coming from your room, she will come in and will call an ambulance if you're in a bad way. I'm not trying to stop you, I'm just saying." Half an hour later, Sean returned to the thread to announce she had finished taking these substances, saying, "Just took it. I'm terrified." The replies that followed read like a celebration, most of them saying she had found peace. Surprisingly, the only part about this the posters took any issue with is that her account was banned, which would prevent her from posting again in case she survived, so they wouldn't be able to know how effective the method was. They even have a code phrase for attempting to take your own life: catching the bus. A couple of hours after her last post, Sean's mother
I can hear him.
took notice of her absence and decided to knock on the door. When she received no answer, she walked in, only to find her daughter lying on the floor. Once the police arrived, they were perplexed by the fact that they couldn't figure out why she had died. That is, until they went through her phone, instantly finding the forum and a series of posts from other users giving her step-by-step instructions on a 3-day regimen of over-the-counter medication that would lead to her passing. A couple of days later, a user named Curious1983 made a new post to the thread. "I'm a family member of this girl, and yes, it was successful, but I can tell you how it feels. It feels horrible for everybody who is left behind. It feels absolutely unthinkable for her mother and her brothers and sister and her dad and her stepdad and her aunts and uncles and cousins. It is heartbreaking and it is devastating. It is the worst pain you could ever imagine."
Okay, I'm sorry. How many family members?
Felt like I was at fault somehow for what happened. I've been contemplating many things ever since this happened. Any loss of human life will always be sad, and contemplate like this and a website that took place for like family by the Yankee forum by say the forum member in the and every list.
Where is it?
Isn't a ranking of person every in that these
here it is.
named it was feels and her stepdad unthinkable for her mother and her brothers and who was left behind. It feels absolutely unthinkable for her mother and her brothers and sister and her dad and her stepdad and her aunts and uncles and cousins. It is heartbreaking and absolutely unthinkable for her mother and her brothers and sister and her dad and her stepdad.
Hold on.
It feels horrible for everybody who is left behind. It feels absolutely unthinkable for her mother and her brothers and sister sister and her dad and her stepdad and her aunts and uncles and cousins. It is heartbreaking and it is devastating.
So her
It is
family.
the worst pain you could ever imagine.
It
For
feels
all of those
absolutely
out there
unthinkable for her
feeling like
family.
this is the only way. Think about all the people you are
We have a
leaving
word for that,
behind.
for
The
all of
people
those.
who would do
In a
anything
group.
and
They're called
everything
family.
to make it better for you. So instead of encouraging these people to feel like this is the only way out, how
he
about
said,
let's
and this,
encourage them
and
to get
this.
help and to know that there are other
Use commas.
ways. And the worst part of it is her mother had to find this post and that people were encouraging her daughter to take her life instead of helping her, completely undoing everything her family had been doing. While one user had the decency to say they were sorry for this person's loss, the next poster started asking for details on Sean's death, asking if it was peaceful. The second page of the thread, meanwhile, is full
Excuse
of people.
me? If it was peaceful, I've always had a theory about how some of our brain functions in the world. We're billions and billions of people, and we've thought of billions and billions of ways to live lives. At least I have. I've thought of billions and billions of ways of things that either other people have said in a moment, or the same thing I've said in another place in the world, or in some place similar close to where I'm at. And I don't put it past our world to say things like this, and even worse. I don't. I think that if anything can happen, anything can happen. If anything can be said, anything can be said. And will be said. Doesn't mean that it's gonna come all from one person, but it could come from somebody in the world. I feel like that's why there's so many humans. We have to get out so much that it doesn't like leave room for anything else. It's just, it gets to a point that things like this. Anyways, back to the
Sean's
video.
death, asking if it was peaceful. The second page of the thread,
That's
meanwhile,
insane.
is full of people arguing with Sean's relative, saying her mother sounded like a narcissist for blaming the website and other things of that sort. Eventually, the owner of the website, Marquise, came to the thread to say this: I want to make one thing very clear. No one was encouraging her to take her life. This isn't a pro-death forum. It's a pro-choice one, meaning either way, we will support your decision. With Sean's family coming forward and speaking to the media, news about what had happened blew up. And of course, there came many calls for the website to be taken down, as well as for laws to be created to punish anyone who encourages people like Sean to take their own lives. Due to the massive controversy that took place, the site's owner once again came forward to respond to the claims that he was running a website that encouraged people to take their own lives. I don't blame the parents, friends, and siblings of the member for blaming this forum for their loss. It has been very hard for me to make this thread, as I felt like I was at fault somehow for what happened. I've been contemplating many things ever since this happened. Any loss of human life will always be sad and tragic, and I do really feel for the family in this situation.
There's not much you can
At the
say in
same
this
time,
situation.
I don't appreciate the misrepresentation of this forum by the family in the media, or the constant calls in the past few days for this forum to be shut down. The accusations of encouraging death are completely unfounded. The demonization of this forum by family members and friends of the deceased member on Facebook has been sickening for me to watch. To say that our community encourages people to take themselves out is simply not true. To say that this forum murdered this member is false. There's not a single post in the thread that the deceased member posted that encourages death in any capacity, and to suggest that they were would not be true in the slightest. It is against our rules to encourage anyone to die or any other type of act, and every single member that has signed up knows this fact. Anyone that does encourage a person is quickly removed from the community. We strive to make this community a censorship-free place where people can discuss this topic without having to worry about being involuntarily committed and held against their will. We have a good portion of members that have left this community because they wanted to get on a path to recovery from this, and we support those members as well. We allow the discussion of recovery on our forums because that's what pro-choice is all about. Being able to make those choices without anyone persuading you. We have thousands of members that count on this forum every day to provide them support. I would even go as far as to say that this forum has saved far more lives than any other discussion board on the internet. Without this forum, many of these vulnerable individuals will be without a home or outlet to vent their frustrations with life or about anything else. Based on how this post presents itself, you'd think that this is just
boring,
a
not gonna lie,
self-help
but I'm
group
gonna
for
stay in
people with
stream.
these kinds of ideation. But what's blatantly left
appreciate it,
out is
Captain.
that while outright encouragement is banned, it's only banned not.
Just so you know, we're watching the alleged death cult website that killed 50 people. The darkest internet rabbit hole
nominally. You're still clearly allowed to commend someone who will move forward
And
with their
we've
attempt.
already
And on
down
top of
to
that,
49.
there are absolutely no guidelines against providing in detail instructions on how to do it most effectively, none of which I can show here
most
for
of them
obvious
take, like,
reasons. On the
7
other hand,
minutes,
it seems like
6,
the
7
users
minutes.
usually refrain from telling people not to do it. With these things in place, whatever
7 to 8
arguments
minutes,
about how the
actually.
website doesn't
minutes.
encourage the act come up short. This
Every
isn't to say
person
that
takes every
radical
minute.
censorship is the answer, but if the site provides tutorials on how to take yourself out, to act like it's not facilitating people to do so is just acting oblivious. No addict recovery center will also have instructions on how to procure narcotics and how to shoot up most effectively right next to their pamphlets. It feels like recently there's been a lot of discussion on the internet about the ethics of promoting things like gambling websites or OnlyFans, with some people arguing that they can easily destroy people.
Not promoting it.
Even more ethically questions, and then intertwining them with true information related to nutrition. It gets even more ethically questionable, if not downright evil, when you factor in that some of the people who are on this forum, some of which go through with it, are minors. At least one 17-year-old who took his own life, Matthew, was verified to have gotten his method from the website, while several other unconfirmed teenagers are claimed to have done the same. It really doesn't matter how rational you consider your philosophy on taking your own life to be, minors aren't equipped to make a decision like that. The site does have a minimum age of 18 to register, but their age verification is a simple CAPTCHA that has you say you're 18, so it doesn't really verify if you're actually of age, which is something even Discord servers can do at this point with little to no cost. As of 2025, the forum has existed for nearly 8 years, and during this time, there have been an alleged 45 identified cases of people who took their own lives after joining the website, not just from the United States, but also from a variety of other countries around the world. At least 3 of these were minors, although the ages of people who are now deceased go all the way up to 58. And once again, keep in mind, these are only the ones who have been identified, as over 500 members have posted their own goodbye threads and proceeded to never post again. Now, some of them could have survived, some of them could be faking it, but the likelihood is that a good part of this 500, if not the majority, actually did it, and it was just never traced back to the forum directly. In January of 2023, YouTuber Martin Kiri, known online as Tantacruel, posted a video about the forum. According to him, not only does it incentivize people to not seek help from mental health services and family members, but it also tries to reinforce that only people who want to do it themselves can truly understand their thinking, which is very cult-like as it cuts people off from the outside world and reinforces their bond to this group and their shared interest. Lastly, Martin claims that the forum serves as a kind of marketplace for self-harm methods. He says that posts on the forum directly led him to a man named Kenneth Law, who sold the materials needed for one of the forum's preferred
Is this true, Captain? I'm sorry for your loss. He snuck out of school and jumped off a bridge. How close were you with him? What was his name? What? I can't ask in I can't ask too much. Never mind. Don't answer no more questions. That's fine. Doesn't show anything. Oh! Oh, no. There are no reports of a person named Rowan jumping over a bridge today. It is possible this query is referring to an older, widely reported incident. Well, if it did happen, I'm sorry to hear that. Losing a friend? Damn. At a young age. Well,
The forum serves as a kind of marketplace for self-harm methods. He says that posts on the forum directly led him to a man named Kenneth Law, who sold the materials needed for one of the forum's preferred methods. Kenneth allegedly force that cult-like, as it cuts people off from the outside world and reinforces their bond to this group and their shared interest. Lastly, Martin claims that the forum serves as a kind of marketplace for self-harm methods. He says that posts on the forum directly led him to a man named Kenneth Law, who sold the materials needed for one of the forum's preferred methods. Kenneth allegedly sold these to over 100 people worldwide, with the age of customers ranging from 16 to 36. When he contacted Kenneth to try and make a purchase, he was never asked about his age. Worst of all, Martin concludes by saying that there are many people on the forum who do the exact same thing as Kenneth. Now, I'm going to reiterate, I'm not a journalist. These aren't claims I'm making personally. I'm simply documenting what's been claimed by all of these other people and outlets like the New York Times. However, it is a matter of fact that Kenneth Law is a real person. He's a 60-year-old man currently facing 14 counts of first-degree murder. The Canadian police claim that he sent as many as 160 poison packages to people in Canada and at least 1,200 to people around the world, totaling over 40 countries. Out of all of these packages, he's been linked to somewhere between 117 and 131
There you go,
deaths.
you see?
However, that number may be much higher. I think these are just the ones they're trying to prosecute him for, as given the international and indirect nature of the crimes, trying to charge him for every single package he sent would probably be a legal nightmare when it comes to certain obscure territories. It's ironic that he's being legally processed in Canada, of all places, which is the one country where euthanasia has recently become more publicly accepted, and even quote-unquote mature minors, you heard that right, can apply for MAID, short for medical assistance in dying, which is basically when you get doctors to kill you painlessly. As for the forum itself, based solely on what you can see for yourself by going on it, a significant portion of these claims are true. Any expression of intent to catch the bus is applauded unquestioningly by most users. To be clear, this doesn't mean censorship is the answer. It's not as if a perfectly healthy person will get on this website and then catch the bus the next day. However, I also don't think that this site's culture is necessarily helpful for people who do struggle with these issues, and it especially crosses the line for there to be no good age verification and for there to be users giving instructions on how to do it. Ultimately, I'm not here to tell you what to think, but to better understand the nature of the website, I think it's important to get into where this website came from, what other websites it's tied to, and who is actually behind it. All the way back in early 2013, a subreddit with the same name as the forum was created by a Reddit user called Deadman5551. It's important to mention here that this person is not the previously mentioned Marquise, who later came to own the website. These are two different people, and it seems that maybe because this was on Reddit and thus required more careful conduct, Deadman's moderation of it was much more careful than Marquise's. Interestingly enough, as of me writing this video, Deadman hasn't posted in 3 years, so it's entirely possible that he followed through on what his subreddit was about, and his name is no longer symbolic. Then again, there is a Minecraft skin database profile with that same name, and it was updated.
And they lost me. Alright, chat, we're done with this video. They absolutely lost me. Jesus Christ. That was such a throwaway video. Oh my god. I don't remember nothing I saw for the past 12 minutes. Somebody pretty much just off themselves in game. It sucked, and that was it. Let's go back to the game that we were supposed to be playing. Jesus Christ. There we go. Let's take this out. Boom.